Because many places in the world
The Atlantic City Dance Theater, how about it, huh? Think about you guys, all right. We have a donation.
This is a donation.
Where?
This is a donation for Sandy Couch in memory of Daryl Hall.
All right, let's hear it for him. One more. There's a nice donation there. The Atlantic City Dance Theater, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to jump over here. That's over to you guys. Okay, close that. I get to do another song here for you. Would that be okay, guys? Is that all right? In the
This is the address where all pledges should be sent. American Cancer Society. That's the Cape May County chapter. It's at 2030 South Shore Road, Seaville, New Jersey, 08230. Again, send your pledges to the American Cancer Society, Cape May County chapter, 2030 South Shore Road, Seaville, New Jersey, 08230. Now, Neil just got handed another stack of pledges. This is great.
You can read over those, and I'll read these.
Okay, we've got a $50 one. Ding, ding, ding. Rich and Darius Keogh of North Wildwood. Jacqueline Norton of Cape May County, Cape May Courthouse, I'm sorry. This is in honor of Ryan Simpson. Sonia Melton of Hamilton, in memory of Carolyn Byers, pledged for $25. This is great. And Neil, you've got some there too?
I have a few more here. We have a $50 pledge. This is from Joan Sams of Petersburg. This is in memory of her husband, Ralph, and a friend, Helen Foreman. A $25 pledge from Elsie Wise of Ocean City. This is in memory of her husband, Harry. And Chris Clemens has pledged $10. He's from Cape May, and we thank you all very, very much.
Yes, every little bit helps. Neil and I, at the beginning of the hour, our goal was 12,000. We've upped that to 13,000. I think we can do it because right now, if you make a pledge, an extra $5 is being matched by a very generous, longtime donor of the Cape May County chapter. And Neil, coming up later, we're going to have a segment from the National Cancer Society that has to do with breast cancer. And breast cancer, for those of you who don't know, is second only to lung cancer for its mortality rate. And between October of 1995 and January of 1996, the Reach to Recovery volunteers of the American Cancer Society right here in Cape May County unit visited 30 recently diagnosed breast cancer patients in Cape May County. They do a lot of different things to help women suffering from breast cancer. So that segment's going to be an important one. I think it has to do with a mother who talks about dealing with breast cancer and her two daughters. and dealing with it. So stay around for that, but keep the phone calls ringing. Again, it's 1-800-435-7317, locally 609-601-0615.
We're looking at the phone banks here. This side is a full house. We've got one lonely
Oh,
person.
she's got a $100. Who's that from?
Oh, we were told 50 or above. It's $50 from Donald R. Bowen
Great. They're from Northfield.
from Northfield, and it's in memory of Joan and Don Bowen.
Great, great. Let's take a walk over here and meet some of the people who are working our phones. Your name is?
Victoria Byron.
And you're from the Stage Right Production.
Productions. I'm the assistant director.
Tell me what brought you guys out here today.
Well, we think the American Cancer Society is a good cause, and so we wanted to volunteer our time.
Okay, that's great. Now, are you going to be making some calls shortly if your phone's not ringing?
Yes, I will. In the next 5 minutes, I will definitely start making some calls.
Okay.
But ring. I want it to ring. Make your pledges. It's a very good cause.
It really is. Neil, let's meet some of our other panel.
You know, you talk about long-time donors and long-time commitment. We have Doris and Albert Menz over here. Albert is on the phone. But Doris, could you please tell me how long you and your husband have been involved with the American Cancer Society as a volunteer?
I've been a volunteer for 45 years, and Al has been one for 35, but the other 10 years he babysat, I guess.
What kind of things do you do as a volunteer?
Well, I started out by collecting door to door on every street in Wildwood Crest. I mean, on different streets. And that's the way we did it then, 45 years ago, for quite a few years. Then I became chairman of Wildwood Crest. And then we got more involved, and we're involved with the state level.
Well, we certainly appreciate your long-time commitment. We thank Al, but he's busy on the phone. Oh, no.
Oh,
Another
hit the bell.
$50 pledge.
$100.
You got the honors. Any pledge, $50 or more, we ring the bell. It's that simple.
But I'm not hearing enough of it. I want to hear more. I want to get to our goal of $13,000 by 8 o'clock. Adrian did the last segment. We've been having a little competition here, and I think we can do it.
I certainly hope so. We're about 11,300 now, and if we can get only, well, 1,700 more.
Ted and I had the same problem. I think being in the news business, our math skills need a little bit of sharpening here for this edition. Okay, I think we're going to go to that segment now.
This is the segment you were talking about. Her name is Beth Barrows. She was a breast cancer patient, and she was thinking about what to do about her children and how it would affect them.
Okay, let's go to that now.
No one can be prepared for the diagnosis of breast cancer. But at 32, when it happened to me, it was a great comfort to know that the American Cancer Society was there for my family and me. The educational booklets and pamphlets were very helpful, and they were just a phone call away. We are so grateful to ACS for being there for us, that I, my mother, and my mother-in-law now each volunteer for a local ACS unit. Okay, let's get 4. When I was first told that I had breast cancer, the first thing I thought of was my 2 daughters and how I was thinking that I wouldn't be around for them. Okay, Barney Sakira Rochelle. Each day that I hear the mommies and I spilled something, it's very special to me. I'm very grateful for that.
Okay, we're back now, and I just want to stress how urgent it is that you do call in right now, because we are having someone match every pledge with $5. So it's very urgent. I want to hear these phones ringing. Get that extra $5. And Neil, you have an important announcement as well.
It certainly is, Marla. This hour of the telethon is underwritten by the generosity of the Ocean City Sentinel-Ledger and the Cape May Star and Wave. We certainly want to thank them for their support. And for many, many years, Fred Benson was the publisher of the Ocean City Sentinel-Ledger. And last year, right after last year's telethon, Fred lost his battle to cancer. A bitter irony, because for years Fred was one of the strongest supporters of this telethon, and we miss him tremendously this year.
And I think it's that way with a lot of our people here that are working our phones. Everybody has been affected in one way or another, whether it was a relative or a friend, someone who has suffered from cancer. And so it's important. Your dollars do make a difference. Let's take a look now at where we are. Can we get a shot? Okay, $11,315. Neil and I have a personal goal of raising $13,000 by 8 o'clock. We can do that. We have more than a half an hour, just over a little bit of a half an hour left. And with this extra $5 to every pledge you make, we can do it. So give us a call. Do we have some more there or no?
No, I'm sorry we don't. And it looks like no, this bank of phones is half busy, and your side, Marla, I'm afraid.
Mary Beth, I want to talk to you a little bit about why you're here today. Mary Beth is also from Stage Drag Productions, and what brings all of you out here?
Well, we're big supporters of the telethon. I appeared on the telethon last year, as a matter of fact.
But what was your act?
I was a singer. I sang "Hurry, It's Lovely Up Here," so that was fun. And there's a lot of cancer in my family, and it's whatever we can do to help.
Okay, thank you.
All right, over here, Marla, we're here with Richard Keogh. He's the manager of the Eckerd Pharmacy in Wildwood. Can you tell us how long you've been a volunteer?
I've been a volunteer for the past 4 years. I've done the telethon for the last 3. I was involved with Lena Adji, who used to be involved with the telethon here. She's the one that got me all started with this.
Well, we're certainly glad you're here, and I remember Lena too. She did it for years, and we hope to keep you busy here at the phones. But
ask all my customers to please call, give what they can.
Richard Keogh, the manager of the Eckerd Pharmacy in Wildwood. If you're one of his customers, now would be a good time to call. The phone number is right there on the screen, and it is a toll-free phone number. It's 1-800-435-7317. And the other phone call, a local call, it's 601-0615. And now would be a good time to call. We've got a few people here who are still just sitting there looking at their phones as opposed to talking to people on the other end.
Neil, you know what? You could be very lucky, and if you called right now, you would get the opportunity to talk to some great volunteers. They're here from the American Cancer Society. I've had the pleasure of working a little bit with Jeanette DiNardo. Jeanette, tell me a little bit about your involvement with the Cancer Society.
I work on different fundraisers for the Cancer Society. I've had a few tragedies in my life, and some of my relatives have succumbed to cancer, and it's just a way of giving back, and I guess healing, you know, by helping out. And I encourage everyone out there to, you know, do the same thing, help out, send your checks, please call us, and we'd love to hear from you, make a donation.
Okay, and this is Nancy Robbins. Nancy, tell me a little bit about your involvement with the Cancer Society.
About 2 years ago, I was asked to join as a volunteer, and having been a breast cancer survivor myself and a registered nurse, they thought I might be helpful to bring some expertise into the breast cancer committees. So I've been volunteering with the American Cancer Society for 2 years now. And my first real first-hand knowledge of that was actually Reach to Recovery, when a volunteer came to see me following my own diagnosis and disease. The person was very helpful to me, and I did not realize, even as a nurse, the extent of services the American Cancer Society will provide to people, including transportation, to and from treatment, monies to sometimes cover therapies that aren't being covered by traditional, and a lot of educational material, not only for the patient, but for the support family as well.
And I think that's important for all of our viewers to know that these dollars that are raised today stay in the area. 60% of all the money we raise today stays in Cape May County. And the organization has events, they have support groups, they do so much in the area that we can really see these dollars going to work. And that's why we need you to help us out here today. We're trying to reach a goal of $13,000. We can do it. It's 1-800-HELP-317. That's 1-800-435-7317. Or locally, 601-0615. I've got some people who have been very generous here today. Sally Bonelli, $10. She's of Wildwood in honor of her friend. We've got Kathy Pinto of Absecon, $10 in memory of Annette Robinson. Mrs. Hark has pledged $10. She's from Atlantic City. Don Bowen of Northfield. This is in memory of Joan and Don Bowen. A $50 pledge. $50 pledges we are giving out bears. You hear the bell? That means we've got either a $100 or $50 pledge. I want to hear that bell more. We want to get to that $13,000 by 8 o'clock. I've mentioned this a lot this hour. Right now, if you do pledge, an extra $5 is being matched by a very generous donor of the Cape May County Cancer Society. So your pledge will be, pledge of $10 becomes $15. If you're able, give us that pledge of $100. It'll be great. $105. Neil?
All right, Marla. One of the reasons that so many of you are watching the telethon is not just to make a pledge and help the Cancer Society, but also to watch some of that local talent. We're going back to the Ocean City Music Pier to see some of that right now.
That's right. Can't wait. Let's go there.
Welcome back to the Ocean City Music Pier. We've seen so much wonderful talent today, and we're going to start out right now with another wonderful act. Ladies and gentlemen, Brown and Subers.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from New York, Mr. Glenn Subers.
Thank you. And direct from London, England, Mr. David Brown.
Thank you very much indeed. And if you'd all like to just move in a fraction here, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
David, what are you doing?
I'm just going to take a picture. Could you move in? Sorry,
David,
could you... What?
Put the camera away. I'm sorry he does this. We're here to entertain these people.
Ah, so it's entertainment you want?
It is entertainment.
Then I'm your man. Ladies and gentlemen,
oh, no.
I shall prepare a trick without the aid of a safety net, madam, the likes of which you have never seen since the days the great Harry Houdini himself graced the stages of the world.
And there's probably a good reason for that, Dave.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, go. I'm listening.
Okay, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, I shall take a picture of this audience whilst, at the same time, juggling an egg into a bag.
You can do that?
I can do that.
At the same time, an egg?
At the same time.
Well, fantastic. Why didn't you tell me that?
Are you impressed?
I am very impressed.
Good.
That's entertainment.
Good.
Terrific.
You tell them about it, I'll prepare.
You set up. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we need complete concentration for David. And I just want to, it's my distinct privilege and pleasure to...
And you
honor. Okay. My distinct honor also to present to you my friend here and my partner. He's going to juggle an egg while putting it into a paper bag and taking your picture. So we need everyone to smile, except for you, lady. Everyone else smile. And we're going to try it.
She's not smiling.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the camera.
There is the camera.
Here is the bag.
There is the bag.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the egg.
There's no egg, Dave.
There's no film in the camera either.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. Ta-da!
Music, please. Why do you always do that to me?
You didn't like that?
You're sick, Dave. You need help. You need help. Come back here and sing the song, okay?
Okay, I'll sing the song.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know the song, don't join in because it's our gig.
It's our gig.
Thank you.
Clap your hands, though. Come on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Cause if you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in Far Far Bay.
Come on, fly with me, let's fly away.
Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
In Llama Land, there's a woman band, and I'll toot his flute for you.
Come on, fly with me, let's float down in the blue. Once we get you up there,
where the air is rarefied, we're gonna glide, starry-eyed. Once we get you up there, we'll be holding you so near. You might hear all those angels sing because we're together.
Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day.
I certainly am.
Beautiful.
Just say those words, we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they do say. Come on, fly with us, let's fly. Let's fly away.
Did you like that?
I did, Dave. I have to say that the gag was very, very
Thank
good.
you.
Cute. It was
I have
cute.
another one. I'm
no,
flying.
Dave, don't push your luck.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Come on, you stop.
Keep clapping it. Let's try that.
Once we get you up there, there where the air is rarefied. We're gonna glide, starry-eyed.
Once we get you up there, we'll be holding you so near. You might hear a gang of angels here, because we're together, weather-wise.
It's such a lovely day.
Well, David, just say those words, we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they do say. Come on, fly with us, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, I think I gave it to you, Dave.
Didn't you give it?
I gave the
Wish we bought the piano. The check was on top. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night. Silvers, everybody. Hey, brought this place to life here. All right. All skate. No, that's a different place. Okay. All right. The next lady up is Megan Bell. She's from Smithville, New Jersey. She holds the title of Miss Junior New Jersey. She's a member of the Atlantic City Dance Theater mini workshop company, and she'll perform a dance solo to Colors, a poem she wrote inspired by God.
And God stepped out into space and said, I'll make me a world. So God created color. Because he wanted the world to be beautiful. He created the moon, the stars, and sun, each with its own distinct and unique color. He created the ocean. Blue. Because of its cool, calm manner and soft spoken tone. He created the trees, green, which describes so many wonderful attributes of life, friendliness, loveliness, warmth, tolerance, and joy. The color yellow is a caution color, which reminds me always of God's never-ending patience and understanding. And God's intention when creating the world was to have balance as well as beauty.
This is $20 from
Right
the
here,
Bell
sweetheart.
This is $20 from the Bell family.
Thank
Okay,
you
from the Bell
so
family?
much. Thank
Very
you.
good, Megan.
Beautiful. Well, that's an inspiring young lady. Our next talent is Jackie Bianchino. 15 years old, and she is the reigning Miss Teen Cape May County and a member of the Sea Isle City Players. She's a student of Sal Dupree Performing Arts Studio, and she will be performing Since I Fell for You.
When you just give love and never get loved, you'd better let love depart. I know it's so, and yet I know I can't get you out of my heart. You made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you're gone. Since I fell for you.
Wonderful, Jackie. Great, great.
This is $20.
Okay.
From the Bianchino family.
From the Bianchino family. Are you from offshore of Seattle?
Cape May Courthouse.
Cape May Courthouse, yeah? Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jackie. Okay, we'd like to encourage everybody at home to please call the number on the screen. It's important. We've all lost family members to cancer, and we can't get it unless we give, okay? So give from the heart, and let's do it, okay? We're going to go back to the Channel 40 studios. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're back now. I'm Marla Matthews.
And I'm Neil Radigan, both of News Center 40.
Neil just informed me that we have about 13 minutes left till Neil and I have to leave. And Neil and I set a goal at the beginning of this hour segment of breaking $13,000. And how close are we?
We're getting there, Marla. We're getting there. Less than 500 more, we can break 13 because we're now over $12,500.
Okay, 13,000 in 13 minutes. We can definitely do this. Call 1-800-435-7317 or here locally 601-0615. I want to also add that right now it's urgent that you call because every pledge is being matched with $5. A very generous, longtime donor of the Cape May County Cancer Society has announced that they're going to add that $5 to every pledge. So every little bit counts. Let's get these phones ringing. We have a great panel here with us now. David Ingersoll of Wildwood, New Jersey, thank you very much. Pledge of $25. We've got Gania Davenport, $10. She's of Pleasantville, in memory of Clifford Davenport, a dear brother. Okay, here's a $50 pledge. This is what's going to help get us to our goal this hour. Captain Robbins, $50 from Sea Isle, in memory of her parents. We've got Grace Boswell, $25 pledge. She's from North Wildwood, in memory of her aunt, Susan McCabe. And Candace, oh goodness, help me here now. Gia.
It's Gia.
Couples. $25. That's the important thing. It's a $25 pledge coming in from Wildwood in honor of Dory Haynes.
And this hour of the telethon, in addition to all the pledges that we've been receiving, it's underwritten by the generosity of the Ocean City Sentinel-Ledger and the Cape May Star and Wave. And we certainly want to thank them for their support this year and throughout the past 20.
Certainly we do. Another pledge here, a whopping $100 pledge. I like to see these. Walter Whiteel of Ocean City. And there's that bell. That means we got another one. How much?
Well, actually, no, that's the 50 or more.
Right.
It's the bell, and that was for that $100 pledge we got.
Okay.
Sorry.
Kathy and Don Sandberg, $5 from Mamora. This is for Jerry and Lena DiNardo. We've got Trudy Ryan. Oh, this is I like to see these. Very special one. $50 pledge amount in honor of Jennifer Ryan, who is a cancer survivor. Okay. And we've got Earl and Paula Collins of Palermo, in memory of all those who have passed on. Pledge amount of $20. We're getting there. We're getting there.
It's interesting. You're talking about all these people who have survived cancer, and now they're contributing. It's a symbol of their gratitude, and also it's a symbol of what the American Cancer Society has done. For, they have cancer support groups for patients. You have people who drive patients to the hospital if they can't do it themselves.
And time is just as important as money here. And the Cape May County volunteers for the American Cancer Society certainly donate their time. I mean, it's been great here today. Whether it's food, whether it's, helping pass out these bears, the volunteers have really helped make today go off without a hitch, and we thank them for that.
And they'd all like to stay busy. Everybody here, well, we got 3 people here. They're all three of them on the lines. And as we move into prime time, we'd like to see all these lines busy so we can hit 13 grand in 8 minutes now.
We can do it. I'm not doubting this.
$12,535.
We're almost there. Again, that number is 1-800-435-7317, locally 609-601-0615. Now, I have a very important address to give you as well. This is the address for the American Cancer Society Cape May County chapter. So this is where you need to send your pledges. Again, that's the American Cancer Society Cape May County chapter, 2030 South Shore Road. There we have it, Seaville, New Jersey, 08230. It's up on your screen now. Grab a pen. This is where you're sending your pledges. If you haven't called yet, please do so. Again, I want to stress that it's urgent you call within this hour. All pledges are being matched with a generous $5 donation, so it will really make more of a difference if you call right now. Neil and I desperately want to reach our $13,000 goal in this hour.
We should point out, Marla, that most of the money, 60% of it, stays in Cape May County.
That's right. And they have some great events that go on throughout the year. They really do a good job down there. I've had the pleasure of working with many of the volunteers, some who are with us today. Jeanette over there. She's got her phone book out. That means she's going to be calling you if you don't call here soon.
Alan Dorsmans, they're busy on the phones right now. They have been volunteers now 45 years.
That's a very long time. It shows dedication. I think all the volunteers find that after 1 or 2 years, they're hooked, and it's really a lifelong commitment, and they're doing a tremendous job here today. Let's talk to some more of our panel people here today. Your name is?
Rosemarie Junta.
And you're also from the Stage Right Theater Productions? Okay, what do you do there?
I'm a musical director, and I'm also in the show that we're doing right now called Something's Afoot.
Oh, okay.
It's a murder mystery musical, and it's sort of based on like 10 Little Indians where everyone dies as you go along and you have to figure out who did the murder.
So now, can we call on some of these actors and actresses perhaps to make some donations here today? I see you have your address book out.
Yes, we've been calling a lot of them. Unfortunately, a lot of them are seeing Pavarotti right now. That's the problem.
Okay.
So.
Well, we will be on until midnight tonight, but Neil and I want to reach that goal of 13,000 by 8 o'clock. Now, if you are extra generous tonight, hopefully you will give us a $50 donation and you will receive a bear. Boscos has donated some bears. You need to come by the station to pick them up, however. And we are located here in Linwood at Broadcast Plaza, 1601 New Road. Free with your $50 pledge. The non-Smokey the Bear. He's adorable. Comes in brown and white. So get those pledges in, because if you pledge $50 right now, it's actually $55, and every little bit matters when we're trying to get to our goal. Neil, what's going on with the phones down here?
Well, most of the phone people are just sitting here waiting for the next call. One of them is Darius Keogh. She's a kindergarten aide at the Glenwood Avenue Elementary School in Wildwood. Can you tell us what kind of things you do, aside from this, with the American Cancer Society?
Well, this is how I began to become a volunteer for the American Cancer Society, and this is the second time that I volunteered to answer the phones, and my husband's done it a couple of times, and it's so much fun.
I see you've got a phone book there. Are you getting ready to make... Oh, never mind, Darius. Get back to work. Thank you very much. Okay, those are the kind of problems we like to have. A conversation interrupted by a phone call. We can handle that. Her husband, Richard, is still here, waiting for a call, and kind of lonely there. And the Menses are busy taking pledges, and we hope to keep everybody here busy up until midnight tonight. We're hoping for 50,000 for the entire evening. We're hoping for 13 grand. Before 8 o'clock, we've got less than 4 minutes to do it, Marla.
We can do it. Come on. If you're sitting down having dinner, get up real quick. Get to your phone. We wanna get these phones ringing for our pledges. I think now we're gonna take. What are we doing here? Okay. Let's go to that number. Okay, 1-800-HELP-317 or 1-800-435-7317. You can call locally, 601-0615. We're getting donations from all over. It's not just Cape May County, Atlantic County, Delaware, Maryland, everywhere. And I think that that's great because, let's be honest, cancer does affect everyone, no matter where you live. And it's a good cause.
Early detection is an important thing, Marla. I can tell you from a relative of mine, just a routine checkup. It was benign, thank goodness, but it was just a routine checkup, and it was treated, and she's fine.
That is important. And Cape May County Cancer Society certainly, through their patient services, makes an effort to address this problem. Okay, let's hear those phones ringing. It's a little dead right now. Oh, Al's got one. You can go ahead and call us at 1-800-435-7317, locally 609-601-0615. Right now, we are going to take a little reprieve here and go to our talent segment over at the Ocean City Music Pier. So
actually, no, what we're doing now is this is a segment on colon cancer.
Okay.
And it's also, I guess it's our turn also to say goodbye, because when 8 o'clock rolls around, they're giving it to Jeff Whitaker, our news director, our boss, Robin Stoloff, the Health Today host and Health Update correspondent, and Howard Green, he's the man who signs all our paychecks, so we don't want...
I think we should challenge that crew. There's 3 of them. They can easily do $3,000 an hour. I hope you're listening, Jeff, Robin, and Howard. $3,000 an hour, that's no problem for that crew.
All right, Marla.
Let's go to that segment.
Health Update with Robin Stoloff.
Just when you thought you've heard enough about the benefits of exercise, more research has strengthened the argument supporting exercise's protective effect against colon cancer. A study of Harvard alumni looked at the cancer history of 17,000 men for up to 23 years and found that those who were highly or even moderately active had a 50% lower risk of colon cancer than those who were less active. Active men were defined as those expending more than 1,000 calories per week in recreational activity, the equivalent of jogging or playing tennis 2 hours a week or walking 10 miles a week. However, exercise does not appear to be a significant factor in the prevention of cancer in general, as it is for heart disease and diabetes. It won't counteract the effects of a high-fat diet or smoking. Still, the American Cancer Society recommends regular exercise as part of its cancer prevention program. It might help, can't hurt, and it has many other benefits. For more information, call your local chapter of the American Cancer Society. I'm Robin Stoloff for Health Update.
Come sing a song of joy, for peace shall come, my brother. Sing, sing a song of joy, for men shall love each other. That day will dawn just as sure as hearts that are pure, our hearts set free. No man must stand alone with outstretched hands before him. Reach out and take them in yours with love that endures forevermore. Then sing a song of joy for love and understanding.
Live from Broadcast Plaza in Linwood and from the Music Pier in Ocean City, WMGM-TV NBC 40 presents the 20th Annual Cape May County American Cancer Society Telethon with your hosts, John Bathke, Larry Fulcher, Howard Green, Ted Greenberg, John Isgro, Pinky Kravitz, Gina Longo, Marla Matthews, Adrian Matura, Neil Radigan, Robin Stoloff, Jeff Whitaker, and Don Williams.
And good evening once again, everyone. We are back, and we are here for the first time. I'm Jeff Whitaker, the news director of WMGM-TV, NBC 40. This is Robin Stoloff, who is our health reporter.
Hello, how's everyone tonight?
And we've been watching all day long and seeing the success, and it's really a great telethon this year.
It's really nice, and it's great to see everyone coming together in the community to help out such a worthy cause, Jeff.
We want you to call. We are starting in prime time, but really we're wrapping things up because we're only going to be here till midnight tonight. And as we say every year, we only do this once a year. We only come to you once a year asking for your support, and this is the time. So right now we want you to go to your phones. A lot of folks were out there. It was a nice day to be out and about.
Beautiful day today.
Thought it was going to rain, but where I was, at least, it didn't.
It looked a little bit iffy, but now let's hope everybody's back home for dinner, and they're watching the telethon, and they're going to pick up the phone to help out. We want to stress that obviously this is a local telethon. The dollars stayed local in our community, so you're helping your friends, you're helping your family, you're helping your neighbors, and that's really, it gives you a good feeling to do that, Jeff.
That's what it's all about. It's a real community event. Before we go any further, let's take a look at the latest tote figures that we have, and we'll go to the tote board and show you what the figure is right now. $12,960. So that shows you where we've been. It also gives you an indication of where we want to go. We want to see those numbers climb, obviously, and climb big.
Yes, we do. And all it takes is just a simple phone call, and that number is 1-800-HELP-317, which is 435-7317, or locally 601-0615.
So let's get those telephones ringing. There's quite a few people on the line, but we have 3 or 4 phones that are still open.
A couple people busy, but we want to get the bell ringing, and that's the $50 donation for the non-Smokey the Bear.
Yes, it's a cute little bear, if we can show that. And a lot of folks have been calling in for this throughout the day. And you come by here tonight between now and midnight, and you can get your own little personal bear and pick it up here right at the studios and take it home tonight.
Well, I'd like to give my pledge of $50, so I'll be taking home a bear for I have little cousins in Brigantine, 17. Hopefully they're watching. Alexa and Francesca, they're 4 and 5 years old, very adorable children, and I'm going to give this to them to remind them that it's important not to smoke. And hopefully, I know their mom quit smoking when she found out she was pregnant, so that's very, very important not to teach our children not to smoke and set a good example for them.
Some smart advice there. Let's get to the telephones and let's get them ringing. And why don't we get started here this hour and read some of the people who have made this possible this year. Cindy Andrews, the donor in memory of Charlie Jones. Thank you very much for your $20 donation. Madeline Calloway, we thank you very much for your pledge. Madeline is from Wildwood Crest. Hillary Ryan, in honor of Ryan Simpson. Thank you very much for your pledge. And Mikkel Chung of West Cape May, thank you very much for your donation.
Okay, we have Jania Davenport in memory of Clifford Davenport. That is her brother. Captain Robbins of Sea Isle in memory of his parents. That's great to see. Grace Boswell in memory of her aunt Susan McCabe. And Candace Giacopoulos in honor of Dory Haynes. It's great to see people doing this in honor of, in memory of, and as we said, everyone's life has been touched by cancer, Jeff. So people want to remember their loved ones, those who are living, those who have passed on, and this is a great way to do it, by giving to someone else.
That's good advice and good words there. Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Foley of Avalon in memory of David Kerr and Constance Judica, Robert Campbell, Ronald Judica.
It's quite a group there.
Well, yes. Joanne Ware of Tabernacle, thank you very much for your $25 donation. Tom Ackroyd of Town Bank in memory of his brother Robert. Thank you, Tom, for your donation. Virginia Laughlin from Cape May Courthouse in memory of Bob Pinkerthman and Sable Benson, and in honor of John McVie and Marie Quick.
Okay, and this is a two-bear pledge. Walter Whitesell of Ocean City. Thank you, Walter. $100 donation. We do have to stress, if you would like to receive the bears, you want to come down to our studios here in Linwood, and it's the blue building in the back, and that's for a $50 pledge. Kathy and Don Soundberg for Jerry and Lena DiNardo. And we will read all the pledges on the air as we go through the evening. Trudy Ryan in honor of Jennifer Ryan, who was a survivor. We like to see that. That's good news. Earl and Paula Collins in memory of all those who've passed on due to cancer. Thank you. And Ursula Richter of Smithville. Thank you, Ursula.
We have a lot of people that have donated their time to come here and answer the phones on this Saturday night when they could be elsewhere, but they enjoy coming here and donating their time because they see what a good cause it is. So we want you to keep them busy. They don't want to sit here all night long and not answering the telephones.
Yes, keep them busy. They have donated their time. The Cancer Societies consists solely, or mostly, I should say, of volunteers. More than 2 million volunteers across the country, which is quite a few people giving up their time. And we ask you now to just take a little bit of your time, go to your phone, and make a donation to help all these people who are trying so desperately to help you and help all of us and our family with the dreaded disease of cancer.
There are a lot of people who put a lot of effort into this telethon. If you've been watching since noon, you've seen a lot of entertainment that's taken place from the Ocean City Music Pier, and they're really doing a great job this year. And a lot of folks behind the scenes. We have volunteers on the cameras, and just a lot of people that put some effort in. And this is your part. You're saying, what part can I have? Your part is to call in, and let's do that right now. Now we're going to go back to the Ocean City Music Pier because we have a lot more entertainment for you, but let's make sure the phones keep ringing as you watch the great entertainment. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome back to the Ocean City Music Pier. I'm solo now. I lost my partner. Oh well, but we're here on a wonderful day full of incredible talent. And to keep this talent going, next we have Back to Back. It's John Granger from Ocean City and Josh Multane from Vineland. They've performed at numerous benefits, clubs, schools, and malls, and have recently performed at Gotham's and Club Egypt in Philadelphia. They'll be appearing soon at the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, and they're here to perform Water Runs Dry.
Don't even say I love you no more. 'Cause saying how we feel is no longer allowed. Some people work things out and some just don't know how to change.
Would you? Do you have a donation for us?
Can you talk into your mic or into here?
Yes, on behalf of Back to Back, I'd just like to make a donation to the American Cancer Society, and thank you for having us.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Gosh, they were great. Okay, our next act is the Atlantic City Dance Theater. Consists of two dancers today, Patty Harris, who is director and founder of the Atlantic City Dance Theater Center of Cultural Learning. She's performed on and off Broadway in movies, TV commercials, and nightclubs. And Trish Dish Thomas, a member of the Atlantic City Dance Theater and assistant to the choreographer. And today they'll be performing a number 2, A-Train.
Sugar Hill and Harlem. Come on, come on, come on. You gotta get the A train. You'll find it's the quickest way to get to Harlem. So hurry, get on board, it's coming. So listen, listen, listen. The rails are coming all aboard. You gotta get the A train. So dish, dish. To get to Harlem.
Toes tapping and up off the couch to call in with some donations. I don't know what will, but we really do need your help, so please keep those calls coming and those donations for the American Cancer Society. Our next act is Christine Daisy. She's 12 years old and she studies voice with Sal Dupree. She was inspired by Barbara Mandrell. She plays saxophone and guitar and today is dedicating this performance to the memory of her grandparents. Today she'll be singing Independence Day.
Daddy left the proof on her cheek. And I was only 8 years old that summer, and I always seemed to be in the way. So I took myself down to the fair in town on Independence Day. The word gets around in a small, small town. They said he was a dangerous man. But Mama was proud and she stood her ground. She knew she was on the losing end. Some folks whispered and some folks talked, but everybody looked the other way. When time ran out, there was no one about on Independence
Day. Let freedom reign, let the white dove sing, let the whole world know that today is a day of a reckoning. Let the weak be strong, let the right be wrong. Brothers down the way, let the guilty face Independence Day. Well, she lit up the sky that 4th of July. By the time that the firemen come, they just put out the flames and took down some names and sent me to the county home. Now I ain't saying it's a right or it's a wrong, but maybe it's the only way. Just talk about your revolution. It's Independence Day. Let freedom reign, let the white dove sing, let the whole world know that today is a day of a reckoning. Let the weak be strong, let the right be wrong. Brothers down the way, let the guilty face Independence Day. Brothers down the way, it's Independence Day. Thank you.
Thanks, Christine. Can I use your mic if you want to say anything? That's it? Okay, thank you, Christine. Hi, we have another donation.
I'm sorry, I forgot to give the contribution. But this is from the Atlantic City Dance Theater Mini Workshop Company, and we would like to give you this donation from us. And this is also in memory of the Atlantic City Dance Theater and the dance craft alumnus. Thank you.
Thank you. There's so many wonderfully talented people here today really pouring their hearts out with their art. We ask you at home to please find it in your heart to go to the telephone and make a donation. So now we go back to our studios in Linwood.
Welcome back. I'm Robin Stoloff. Thank you so much for all of your pledges. Please continue to call. The number is 1-800-435-7317 or locally 601-0615. We've been seeing some great entertainment, and it's your way of showing how much you appreciate the hard work of all the entertainers today. And on a little bit of a somber note, I have to say this. I say this every telethon, but it's something very close and near and dear to me. I had lost 5 relatives, all to smoking-related deaths. One, an aunt and uncle, and then 3 grandparents. In fact, my only surviving grandparent is the one who never smoked. And I just want to make a plea to everyone out there who does smoke. It's one of the most important things you could ever do to improve your health and decrease your risk of getting cancer. Also, in particular, if you smoke and you have young children, passive smoking, as we know, is also very dangerous. Very important for them not to be around the smoke. And also, it sets an example. If you can quit smoking, or if you show them how important it is not to smoke, as adults, they'll know that, they'll learn that, and they'll be able to make that choice hopefully easier and never pick up a cigarette. And that's nice to hear, Belle. But that is very important. I have a sister who smokes, and every time I see her, I think she's probably tired of hearing it. But I always tell her, please quit. I don't want to be visiting you in a hospital bed someday. I want you to live a long and happy, healthy life, and it is so important to make that step. So she's thinking about it, and it's in her mind, and I just would like to ask everyone, please try to at least think about it or make a call to an organization who can help you to quit smoking. And now let's go to Jeff. He's going to be interviewing some of our people at the phone bank and helping out here today as volunteers.
Thanks, Robin. And you know, a lot of times we say there are certain diseases that we can't prevent, things we can't do things about. We know because of research, we know because of the dollars you've given over the years, we know that smoking is bad for you and that smoking can cause cancer, as well as other types of cancer that can be prevented because of research that is done, and that's only because of the money that you've given faithfully each year to the telethon here. And we appreciate your support every year. We do not take it for granted. And we appreciate every dime that comes through, every dollar that you give. We want to thank the people from the Stage Right Theater. We talk about all the people behind the scenes who are involved in this. The Stage Right Theater, they are the group that answered the telephones during the last hour. They will be doing the musical Something's Afoot. That's coming up in July, on July 11th, 12th, 13th. Mark your calendars down now. And July 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's going to be at the Middle Township Performing Arts Center. That is Stage Right Theater, and we thank them for coming in here this evening and donating their time. You see the phone number on your screen. It is an 800 toll-free number. We'll pick up the cost. 1-800-435-7317, or locally right in our general area around of our studios here in Linwood, you can dial 601-0615, and that will be toll-free as well. This hour we have a whole new set of folks on the telephones here, and these folks are represented by Burdett Tomlin Memorial Hospital. We're going to meet just a couple of them right now and see who they are and why they have come. You are Mike Maurer, and what do you do?
I work at Burdett Tomlin Memorial Hospital. I'm glad to be here with everybody. Health care is so important, and Burdett wants to be a part of this cancer project. So glad to be here. Looking forward to your donations, and thank you.
Anybody out there you can put on the spot and challenge?
Yes, I could put Joey and Karen, my neighbors, on the phone and challenge them to give me a call right here. Looking for any donation you could make.
All right, thank you very much. We see a couple of telephones down here that are busy right now, so we'll let those folks do what's important, and that's take your pledges. Let's talk about some of the important people who have phoned in pledges in the last hour or so. Bob and Kitty Scully of North Wildwood in memory of Father John Dixon. Thank you very much. Jackie Vinny of Egg Harbor Township in memory of friend Carol Ventura. Thank you for your donation. John Carlson of North Wildwood in memory of Kate Messer. We thank you for your pledge. Marie Muselair, I hope I got that right, from Wildwood Crest. Thank you very much for your $25 pledge. Speaking of pledges, we want to let you know that unfortunately all of the bears are out. They are all gone. It was so unbelievably successful today. We told you that if you phoned in $50, you could come up here and get your pledge. All the bears are gone. There aren't any left. We still want you to phone in your $50 pledge or $25 or whatever you can afford. But we want to let you know that the bears are gone because they were so successful. Now, some of the other people who have made this possible: Keith and Evelyn Rasmussen of Wildwood Crest in memory of Louise Otto. Thank you very much for your $50 pledge. Tony Davenport of Pleasantville in memory of son Clifford Davenport. Thank you for your $20 donation. Mary and Monica from Cape May Courthouse in honor of their grandmother, Margaret Belzer. Thank you very much for your pledge. Let's go back to Robin now. Robin?
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. And adding to that is Stacy Tillotto of Absecon, and that's a $20 pledge. Sally Casey in memory of Harold Snyder, Jr. Lawrence and Anita Virgilio, that's for Jane Ewing. John O'Brien in memory of Anthony Fry. Great to see people doing this in memory of those who they love. Phil and Chris Benelli. Richard and Diane Law in memory of Caroline Walters. Rose Clemens in memory of Leo Clemens and Fred Benson, who was a dear, dear friend of the telethon. We lost Fred last year, and he was such a wonderful man, and we do miss him. Lynn Daly in memory of Dr. Terry Johnson. Harry N. Hand. Barry Kraus. Geraldine Krupa in memory of Wolfram Krupa. I'm sorry if I mutilated that name. We will read all of your names. If you make the pledge, we will read them on the air. That is our promise to you, so you get a little bit of recognition for helping others. Craig Shoemaker in memory of Charles Shoemaker from his family. Mrs. Regina Wilson, and that's from Villas. Marion McGuire in honor of cancer patients, and Burdett Tomlin Memorial Hospital, 2 West. Burdett Tomlin. And C. Chris Costello in memory of John Walsh. and Mr. and Mrs. Michael Peterson of Absecon. Okay, Jeff.
All right, thanks a lot, Robin. This next pledge is from Gail Van Horn from Absecon, and I went to school with Gail, and she wanted to say hi to me. Hi, Gail. Thank you very much for your pledge. We appreciate that. Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Chase of Ocean View, thank you for your donation. Ethel Harris of Atlantic City, in honor of the Atlantic Dance Theater. Thank you very much. Marie Ryan of Absecon, in memory of Maurice Henry. Thank you for your pledge this evening. Mr. and Mrs. F. Blakely of Waterford, thank you for your $20 pledge to the telethon. Joe Marcioni of Absecon, in memory of Bob Anthony, thank you very much. Dot Heggie of Cape May Courthouse, in honor of her mother, Margaret Balzer, a two-time cancer survivor, and they are always good stories to hear. Miguel Chun of West Cape May, thank you very much, in honor of Robert Jones. We appreciate your pledge this evening. Marguerite Brady of North Wildwood, in memory of Bill, who is Marguerite's father.
Jeff, we got to keep these phones ringing now. We're not hearing the bells ringing. We got a few people on the phones, but we really need to get it going a little bit.
I want to introduce us to, if we can get the camera over here, to one other person, because he was on the telephone. Adil Osman, you are with Burdett Tomlin as well.
Yes, sir.
And what do you do at the hospital?
The Director of Plant Operations and Security at the hospital.
Now, is there anyone out there you want to challenge this evening that you can maybe put on the spot and have them call?
All the staff of the Plant Operations and Security Department at the hospital.
Why do you come up here every year? I mean, obviously, you folks are with Burdett Tomlin, and Burdett Tomlin's a very important supporter of this, but can you give us any kind of personal feeling?
I know people who are dear to us and to my family who are going through some hard times because of cancer, and this is my third year at this telethon, so I think it's a worthy cause, and I appreciate the efforts of everyone from the hospital that donate their time for this cause.
Thank you very much. We'll let you answer your telephone. And you really, truly don't know the importance of the donation you give until you are personally touched. And I think probably if we think long enough, maybe not our immediate family, but at least someone that we know, someone close to us, has felt the ravages of cancer in one form or another at one time. We're going to go right now to a segment that we want to show you, a little educational segment for you, and then we'll be back right here. Keep the phones ringing.
Hi, I'm Tommy Gay, and I'm a proud member of the American Cancer Society Smoke-Free Class of 2000. In first grade, my friends and I made a vow never to smoke and to help each other resist the temptation to smoke. My friends and I don't smoke and never intend to. As a youth ambassador for the Smoke-Free Class of 2000, I've had many chances to battle teenage smoking. In November, I testified in front of the State Assembly and helped pass a bill that limits teenage access to tobacco. In August, I met with President Clinton and Vice President Gore when they made public their FDA recommendations. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the American Cancer Society for these unforgettable experiences. I'm proud to do my part in the battle against teenage smoking.
When I was diagnosed with cancer last year, the American Cancer Society was there for me in a big way. I had anxiety and many questions about my illness. The information sent to me provided answers to these questions. I'm also thankful to the American Cancer Society for providing me a list of names of people that also suffered with my illness. I contacted these people, and they were a source of great moral support. I'm very thankful to the American Cancer Society, and I also recognize the importance of teaching preventative education.
In 1995, the ACS provided over 400 Bergen County schools with free materials. As an American Cancer Society volunteer and as a teacher, I see the difference the society makes on our children's lives, teaching them the importance of healthy eating and the hazards of tobacco. With the use of these materials, we work with the hope that our children's future will be cancer-free.
Welcome back. We're live in Linwood, in our studios here in Linwood. Oh, nice applause there. Getting a little excited here in the studios as we wind down our last few hours, Jeff. Jeff Whitaker, Robin Stoloff here with you until the end of the telethon. It's good to hear the bell ringing there. That's a $50 pledge.
We've been on for now a half hour. We've read a group of pledges here, some nice folks who were kind enough to phone in. So, I guess the big question now is...
how much have we raised?
Yes, how much have we raised? Let's take a look at the tote board and see what's come up so far. All right.
Okay, everyone.
$14,510. We are moving up. And we want to see that go higher and higher. And what you're looking at right now is what makes that tote climb higher and higher. Our busy operators talking to you and taking your pledges and donations. You know, I've been doing this for quite a few years now, and you have as well, and you know people always wait to the last minute.
Every year. I don't know why that is. They say, oh, we got some time.
I think they like to see us stand up here and suffer. But really, we want you to phone in right now because we want to have time to read your pledge, and we promise that we will read every donation and pledge that comes in, but we want to get started right now because I have a whole stack here that still has to be read.
And will make us feel good. We're out here. We're all donating our time, every one of us. It'd be nice of you. You'll feel good to make the donation, pick up the phone. It's very easy to do, and it'll make you feel great about helping your local neighbors, your friends, your family. This money stays local in our community, and that's why it's so important. If we don't help ourselves, who is going to help us?
For 20 years, the Telethon has been operating and raising funds and countless dollars to go toward research, to go toward helping with services and providing educational information. You know, a lot of times you ever come down with an illness, I'm sure you have, being a health reporter.
I have them all. I researched them all. I think I have everything.
But you know when you come down with something and all of a sudden then it becomes real interesting to you and you try to find all the medical books and all the information. Gee, what can I find out about this? And that just doesn't magically appear. The Cancer Society provides a lot of that literature, and when someone is threatened with something, whether they get cancer or symptoms of cancer, they can go into the Cancer Society, they can give them a pamphlet and say, here's some information. This maybe will make you more at ease or tell you what you can do.
Not to mention all of the terrific, wonderful support groups that the Cancer Society provides at no charge to the patients. Rise to the Hospital, support groups for women who have had mastectomies, Look Good, Feel Better, a wonderful program in Cape May County that I have visited that teaches, you know, the effects of cancer treatment. Sometimes people lose their hair, they have changes in their skin. This program teaches them cosmetic techniques to help with all of that, because when you look good, it does help you to feel better. There's a lot of psychological emphasis placed on this disease as well as the physical, and that is what's so important. And you know, Jeff, in research side, at the turn of the century, only 1 out of 10 patients survive cancer. Now it's 1 out of every 2. So think how far we've come. It's just
what a
terrific.
Major improvement, and it's because of the dollars that you have donated. Let's talk about some of the folks who have helped this evening, some of the real stars of the show today.
That's right.
James Chikiti of Cape May, thank you very much for your $25 pledge. Doris Haynes from Backyard Restaurant in Stone Harbor, a $50 pledge. Speaking of that, this is a great opportunity for you to get a free plug for your business. When you call in here, we'll read your business here on the air. Marguerite Healy of Ventnor, in memory of her husband James, thank you very much. Marianne Jason of Delhaven, for my love, Bill Lusardi, in honor. Thank you very much for your pledge. And Lana Shapiro of Marmora, in honor of Beatrice, $20.
Okay, and speaking of getting a plug for your business, Men's Restaurant, and that's in Rio Grande, in honor of J.F. Men's Sr., Mrs. Barbara Farnworth of South Plainfield. My mother was Mrs. Margaret Farnworth, and Deborah Dury, and that's of Seaville. And a lot of people in that area have been giving tonight. We want to see people from all over because, as we said, the money does stay locally, helps for research, educational programs. In fact, one of the programs the Cancer Society just started is a new program to try to reach young children, going into our public and private schools to educate these children to do things that will help keep them healthy throughout their lives and resist the behaviors that will potentially harm them later in life.
And we've learned about a lot of cancers that the earlier you catch them, the better your chance of survival.
And that's something in one of the many health updates that I did throughout this telethon that are airing. One of the major keys, if you cannot prevent it, is a type of cancer that you cannot prevent, the best thing you can do is at least detect it early. Especially one of the major things is with breast cancer for women. 1 in 8, there's been statistics, 1 in 8, 1 in 9 women will get breast cancer at some time in her life. Very important to do a monthly breast self-exam, get to your doctor yearly and get a breast exam and a mammogram starting at age 40, once every 2 years between age 40 and 50, and then after age 50, every single year. It's a very quick and easy test, and it could save your life because sometimes the lumps that they find, Jeff, you cannot detect with your hand. You cannot feel those lumps. And if they catch the lumps in an early stage and they find your breast cancer early, you have such a great chance of being treated. And many women do survive when it's caught in the early stages.
That's right. Let's read in some more of these pledges. Bud and Ivor Swain of Cape May, in memory of Sister Elsie Schwale, $20 a $20 donation. Thank you very much. Bernie Uman of Ventnor, a $25 pledge. Thank you very much. Nidoba Plumbing of Waterford in honor of Joe. That's Nidoba's dad, $30 donation, thank you. Whitney Poppert of North Cape May in honor of Karen Loomis. So that's just some of the people who have made this possible, and we've got plenty more to go, and we want to read your name.
That's right, Jeff. Keep on calling. We are going to go back to some wonderful, terrific entertainment at the Ocean City Music Pier, but please keep those phones ringing, and we'll be back soon.
Welcome back to the Ocean City Music Pier. This has been an incredible day of talent, and there's still more to come. Starting up now is Second Story from Pittman, New Jersey. The 3 current members of this newly formed original group have extensive performance experience throughout the tri-state area. And today they will perform an original composition called Return to Youth. Second Story.
When I need a place to hide, there's a world deep inside, away from all the madness. When there's hate all around, there's a place that I have found, away from all the sadness. Just return to the days of your youth, when to dream was all that was expected of you, and you could run and play the day away. Is this the great wisdom of childhood? These memories and dreams
American Story, ladies and gentlemen. It was wonderful. Gosh, that was great. Our next performer today is Stella Broomfield. She's from Atlantic City and the mother of 2 fine boys, currently employed as executive secretary at ACMUA Water Company for 11 years. I think that's right. Her lifelong dream is to sing jingles for the radio. And today, Stella will be performing I Will Always Love You.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. My darling, you, bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need, and I will always love you. I will always love you. You know, girls, sometimes it's hard to find a guy that you just dig everything about him. But when you find that guy and you mess up a good thing, you feel like you want to die. I know, because I messed up mine. There's not a day that don't go by that I don't think of him. I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love.
So please, go now, make those calls, and call the American Cancer Society. They rely on you to make their efforts happen. So we go back to the WMGM studios in Linwood.
And welcome back here live in Linwood. I'm Jeff Whitaker, the news director of NBC 40, and we appreciate your phone calls, especially when the talent is on. The only problem is, for the most part, the phones were dead, as is the case most of the time. So now we need you to make up for that time and get to the telephones right now and call the number on your screen. It is a toll-free number from anywhere in our area, 1-800-435-7317, or locally here right around our station in Linwood, 601-0615. We pick up the tab, you give us the phone call, and then we appreciate the donation that you give. You know, in New Jersey alone, in this year of 1996, 50,000 people will be diagnosed with some form of cancer, some form or another. That's why it's important. The statistics say you, in one way or another, are probably going to be impacted in your lifetime by the ravages of cancer. We want to find a cure for the hundreds and thousands of types and forms of cancer out there, and it's only through research and through your donations and through education that we can do that. Right now we're going to go over to Robin. She has a very important interview for us and some important information that you'll want to listen to. Robin?
Thank you very much, Jeff. I'm here with Bob Gallagher, who is the chairman of the Cancer Society Cape May County unit, and I was inspired by Bob's story when I met him 5 years ago, and I'd like him to share it with you today. Bob, can you tell us how you got involved in all of this?
Yes, I had throat cancer. It was diagnosed almost 6 years ago, and as a result of my operation, I went to a support group at the Cancer Society in Cape May County, and it was just such a rewarding experience. I got involved with that particular support group and tried to share my experiences as a laryngectomy with others. But I saw that the only way that we could bring those kinds of services and other services to the citizens of Cape May County was to raise funds to keep the office open. We have this office that's a full-time office in the county for the citizens. So as a result, I got involved with the fundraising side as well, and I'm very proud to be involved with the Telethon, as well as continuing my role with the support group.
It is great, and how important is it for people who have cancer to have these support groups available to them?
A lot of people, I feel as if they want to retreat from life sometimes when they receive the diagnosis of cancer. It's very devastating, particularly certain types of cancer that are very visible or have very dramatic psychological effects. It's important at that time in your life to reach out or let yourself be reached and be a part of a support group to find out that your problems are their problems and find out how they solve those problems, because I've been a laryngectomy for almost 6 years. There are things that I can share with a new laryngectomy that no doctor or no other medical professional has the same perspective that I do, and that's just a value that someone did it for me. A gentleman came to me when I was in the hospital, and he shared his experiences, and to see someone else who had the operation, it was just so inspiring to me. And it's just, when I go visit someone, I get as much out of that visit.
Certainly, helping each other, and that's what this telethon is all about, Bob, and neighbors helping neighbors, friends helping friends. And in addition to, I think it's called the New Boys Club, is that what it is? In addition to that, there are some other programs as well for people with different types of cancer. Could you just touch on those?
Yes, we have the Reach for Recovery program, which is for women with breast cancer. The general program called Cancer Mount kind of covers the other cancers besides breast cancer. There are things such as, it's kind of an offshoot to Reach to Recovery, where it's a look good, feel better program.
Helping people with cosmetic, I visited that program, I mentioned it earlier. It's a wonderful program. Some of the treatments of cancer can cause changes in your body, hair loss and skin changes, and this program helps particularly women who we have to work a little harder sometimes to improve their appearance and ultimately feel better. And what are some of the others? Ostomy and
there's the ostomy support group. There's just a number of different things that are done every day. I never knew about it when I first got involved, but the more time I spend at the Cancer Society, I just see so much speed every day.
And reaching children as well, that's a really important point. Yes. Thank you so much, Bob Gallagher, Chairman of the American Cancer Society Cape May County Unit. And now let's go back to Jeff.
Thanks, Robin. Stories like that show how it is worthwhile that you send in your money to the American Cancer Society and the Cape May County unit. The 20th year we've been here. Let's get these phones ringing. We need your help. The folks here from Burdett Tomlin are helping us this hour. We're going to meet some of the people who are making this time available to us with operator assistance here. And you are?
My name is Chris Wilshire.
And you do what at Burdett?
Actually, I don't work at Burdett Tomlin, but I was asked by a good friend of mine, Debbie D'Alfonso, who's the executive director of the Cape May County chapter of the American Cancer Society, to come and help out tonight, and I was honored to do so. She's been very good to me over the years, and I've seen her dedication with this worthwhile cause, and this is the least I could do to repay her for all the good things she's done for me over the years.
Now, you've been sitting here for how long?
Almost an hour.
Have you answered the phone yet?
Not once.
So you took time off of your Saturday night to come in here, and your phone hasn't rung once?
Yes, actually, I had a busy day. I was up traveling in Pennsylvania, and I rushed down here to get here, and my phone hasn't rung once.
Well, if that doesn't inspire you to call in, I mean, you've got to give him something to do. At least let him write down one pledge, one donation during these next few minutes. We appreciate you coming in and your time. And you are?
I'm Marion McGuire from Burdett Tomlin. I'm a nurse at Burdett. I had the privilege of working with many cancer patients when we had oncology on 2 West.
And how does the Cancer Society, how do you see it directly benefit those patients that you dealt with?
By research and also by education. They were speaking before about the non-smoking, the way people eat and take care of themselves. So much can be done today to prevent cancer and to keep it down, and we'd like to work toward that.
And you said you wanted to thank someone personally for a pledge.
Yes, Tony and Maria from Seven Islands Restaurant donated $100 tonight, and I'd like to say a big thank you to them.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's go down here and let's meet Ed Dury. Dury? And you do what?
I'm the Chief Information Officer in charge of computerization and telecommunications.
Anybody out there in particular you want to put on the spot tonight?
How about Greg Mason, if he's out there calling with a donation?
All right, Greg Mason, there you go. You've been told you have to call in. Let's go down here and let's, is this Shirley?
Yes, this is Shirley.
And what do you do at the hospital?
I'm the nurse manager for the operating room and the recovery room. And over the years, we've seen a lot of patients afflicted with this disease, and this is the least we can do. And it's sort of a line of hope is the American Cancer Society.
You want to be busier than you are right now, right?
Yes, I would love to have this phone ringing off the table here.
Now I want you to listen to this right now. Just let's listen to the silence. That means the phones aren't ringing. You want to talk about real interactive television? You pick up the phone and dial, and you'll hear it ringing right behind me. That's interactive television, okay? You talk about television of the future. You can see what happens or hear what happens immediately, and then you can hear your name just a little bit later on when we'll read your donations. So let's get those phones ringing. It's a toll-free number, so there's no excuse. You've got to get up and call right now.
Another interview. What is your name?
Pat Marchione.
What do you do at Burdett Tomlin?
I also work in social services at Burdett Tomlin.
Oh, well, I think, oh, well, that's good. It's good we have to cut an interview short when the phone rings. We're happy to see that.
Barbara just got off the telephone over here, too. You are Barbara Ryan?
That's right. I'm Director of Social Service at Burdett Tomlin.
And anyone out there you want to put on the spot today?
Well, I just called my daughter, who's 14, and she just donated $5 for our uncle that just died recently of cancer. So I got $5 from my daughter, and my mom just called in, too, so she donated. I'm calling anybody I can think of.
All right, and you'll be here for another few minutes, so your phone's free right now. Let's give a call. It is 800-435-7317 or 601-0615.
How about you, Jeff? Anyone you want to issue a challenge to?
Oh, gosh, I have to think about that. Maybe next hour when I come out,
okay.
I'll think about this.
Okay.
I don't like being put on the spot. Do you ever notice that?
What you're doing to
We
that?
like to do interviewing, but I don't like to be interviewed myself.
I know, I'm the same way.
Arthur and Marie Peterson from Wildwood were kind enough to donate $25 in honor of her cousin Bill Hamilton. Thank you very much. Alan Darce Men's of Cape May Courthouse in honor of our grandchildren. $300 donation.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. Mark Berardi of Summers Point in memory of another Mark Berardi, a $10 donation.
And an anonymous call with another $300 donation, Jeff. That is just great. Very generous donation, anonymous. Rosemary Junetta, I hope that's right, I'm sorry, and memory Dr. Rosemary Junetta, memory of Dr. Terry Johnson, And Doris Endicott, in memory of Eugene Berry, who is her father.
I know Doris Endicott. She lives in Ocean City. She's a friend of mine. See, now, she might have been one of the ones that I was going to challenge. She phones in almost every year, and here she beat me to the punch there.
That's very nice. Now you have to think of someone else to challenge. Okay. And Bob Gallagher of North Wildwood, Stephanie Wright of Cape May Courthouse, and Janet Munns of North Cape May. And as we stressed throughout the telethon, these monies stay in this area, helping our local community with research, with education, helping people not to smoke, and helping people who maybe need to learn a little bit more about cancer prevention and also how to detect cancer early. So this is a very, very, very good cause, and we hope that you'll help with it.
Dawn Argentiero of Pleasantville, thank you very much for your donation. Tim Smith of Ocean City, in memory of Ann Anderson, grandmother, a donation, thank you very much. Adrian and Brian Doherty of Seaville, a pledge as well, thank you. Liz Lewis of the Villas, $25, thank you for your donation. Elizabeth and John Bull of Absecon, $25, we appreciate your donation.
And Stephanie Britton of Irma. Richard Stoloff, that's my husband, and that's very, very nice, and that's for Anna Deach and my grandfather, his relative, and my grandfather, in honor of them. Thank you, very memory of them. Thank you very much, honey. I appreciate that. And Kathy and Larry Toms of Germania, Ed and Phyllis Ragazzi, Absecon. I'm good with the Italian names.
I know the Ragazzis, too.
Oh, you do you? Oh, great. Edward Dury Sr., Barbara and Donna Lark of Atlantic City. Nice to see a Atlantic County call-in. Linda and Gina Oliveri of Stone Harbor. Susan Morrissey of, I can't even read that.
Nashua.
Nashua. And let's see, Ellen Hewlett on behalf of her business. Okay, in Mays Landing.
All right, Khalees Dessier, I hope I pronounced that right, of Atlantic City, $25.
Sorry,
Thank you very much. And it'll get worse as the night goes on because the doctors haven't come on in full force yet, writing the pledges, and you know what their prescription writing. Yes, Charles. Now there you go, Miss Italian. Charles
Pisano. The G is silent.
Okay.
The G is silent.
In memory of his wife Mildred, $50 pledge. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Dora Mancini of the Villas, a $10 pledge. Thank you.
And Carol Ann Reed, in memory of John Shast, her dad. Bill and Sue Costurco, in memory of Johnny. Nice to see people doing this in memory and in honor of Carl Rogers, just to help. That's great, Carl. That's terrific. We all want to help. Everybody giving their, if each of us do a little, we can all do a lot. So it's really important. John and Sue Rader of Cape May Courthouse, or Reader that may be. Helen Montgomery of Avalon. Deborah Dury of Seaville. And John Montgomery of Absecon.
You have been doing, of course, folks see you throughout the day during the course of the week with Health Update, and this month you've been dedicating a lot of time to cancer issues. And right now I understand we're going to take a look at one of those health updates and give some more educational information for you folks at home.
Okay, great.
Health Update with Robin Stoloff.
Summer is just around the corner, and we should all start thinking about protecting ourselves from skin cancer or melanoma. Skin cancers are most easily cured when discovered early and treated promptly. Every year, about 600,000 Americans are diagnosed with skin cancer, making this the most common form of cancer. The best way to prevent skin cancer is to avoid the sun between 10 and 3 when the rays are the strongest. When you're in the sun, use a water-resistant sunscreen with a protection factor of 15. Try to wear a hat, glasses, or cover-up if possible. And remember these points. You can still get burned on cloudy days. The sun's rays reach through 3 feet of water, so even though you may feel cool, you can still get burned. Remember that tanning beds or lamps can be just as harmful as the sun. People at highest risk for melanoma are fair-skinned people, notably people with red or blonde hair who freckle easily. Men and older people get skin cancer most frequently, but no one is exempt. If you have a family history of melanoma, or you have had 1 or more blistering sunburns as a child or teenager, your risk is increased. Symptoms of skin cancer include any mole that changes shape, color, or size, any sore that doesn't heal, or any persistent patch of irritated skin or small growth. Check your skin monthly and pay special attention to moles, spots, and birthmarks. I'm Robin Stoloff for Health Update.
Live from WMGM-TV, NBC 40, you're watching the 20th Annual Cape May County American Cancer Society Telethon.
And welcome back once again. I'm News Director Jeff Whitaker from NBC 40, along with Robin Stoloff, our health reporter. And you are watching the 20th Annual Cape May County Unit of the American Cancer Society Telethon. We're coming to you live from our studios in Linwood. We have some talent from the Ocean City Music Pier, and we want you to stay with us. We'll be here till midnight tonight.
Please make those phone calls. We only have a few hours left. The numbers are 1-800-435-7317 and 601-0615. Please don't wait to the end of the night because there's two $50 donations. We'd love to hear that when the bell rings. It's a $50 pledge, and we don't want to wait to the end of the night because we do want to read everybody's name live on the air. And Jeff talked about interactive television. You make the call, you'll hear the phone ring, and we will read your name as soon as we possibly can. So please, anything that you can give is much appreciated. It all adds up, and it does stay local in this area, and we're helping the people that we love.
Yeah, a lot of people probably doing some channel surfing right now. If you haven't been watching us, you're switching around saying, gee, it's 9 o'clock, I'm finished watching whatever other program I was watching, I'm switching around. Gee, what are they doing here? Well, we've been here since noon today, and what we've been doing is trying to raise money for the American Cancer Society. We're here every year, one day out of the year, trying to get people to help us out because we need the money to last throughout the entire year for services.
This is their biggest fundraiser. I don't know if we've emphasized that, but people may not be aware that this is the biggest fundraiser for the Cape May County Unit Atlantic Cancer Society, and it's so important that people just give whatever you can, Jeff, because it is helping the people that we love with these types of programs, helping them hopefully to prevent cancer, but also helping in research for those that have cancer to treat them.
You know, the health update we just saw before we came back was so timely and is so timely this time of year because, of course, it's almost the summer season.
And after this winter, I think everyone wants to be outside.
A lot of people are going to want to be outside, and even people, I know it's important. I have an uncle who had some problems with spots on his forehead and things like that, where he wasn't somebody who baked out in the sun or spent time on the beach, but now he has to be very careful and can't spend much time out in the sun, has to wear a hat when he's out, and has to really be careful. So it's not just the people who spend the time on the beach that are at risk for skin cancer.
Exactly. It's just walking around outside. And now a lot of makeup for women, I've noticed, has an sun protection, SPF 15, and the moisturizer, in fact, that I use every morning has that, because I think it's so important to protect ourselves every single day because we are out in the sun every day, and the effects are cumulative, Jeff.
We have a lot of folks out there that are watching us now in rural parts of South Jersey that do a lot of farming. They spend a lot of time out in the hot sun with the farming in the summertime. You really have to use a lot of precaution, and you really have to be aware of the risk that you are taking by being out in the sun, and the brochures and the information is made available by the Cancer Society because of your donations.
And don't forget, you can still get burned on a cloudy day. The sun still reaches through cloudy days. It is very important to protect yourself. Wear a hat. Try to stay out of the sun between 10 and 3 if you can do that. If you're a sun person, just go later in the afternoon. It's a beautiful time, usually less crowded then. Wear a hat. Keep that sunscreen on. Keep applying the sunscreen. It is just so important. Don't worry about your tan. Tanning it's not important to be tan anymore.
Skin will look a lot better when you're 50 or 60 years old if you haven't been out there doing that. Well, we'll be back with some more cancer facts for you. We'll be back to take some more of your phone calls and read pledges. We want you to keep the phones ringing right now, but we're going to reward you with some more talent, great talent coming to you from the Ocean City Music Pier.
And we're back at the Ocean City Music Pier, ready for some more wonderful talent that's coming our way. And our next talent is Tim Smith, and you might recognize him if you've seen this before, because this is Tim's 5th year with the American Cancer Society. He represented Showboat Casino at the United Way Citywide Talent Show, and Tim is dedicating this song to his wife Ellen and children Kyle, Mandy, and Tim. And he'll be singing The Man in Love with You. Tim Smith.
The hero who will always save the day. Don't always wear the white hat, don't always know the way. I may not even be the dream you wanted come true. But I'll always be the man in love with you. I'm not the key that opens every door. Well, I don't have the power to give you all you need and more. But when you need something special, you can hold on to. I'll always be the man in love with you. I never could work miracles. There may be others who can do what I can do, but no one else could be as good as me at loving you. So when the world won't turn the way you wish it would, and the dreams you have don't come alive as often as they should, remember that there's someone there whose heart is always true. I'll always be the man in love with you. Remember that there's someone there whose heart is always true. Someone there to help you make it through. I'll always be the man in love with you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You might want to talk to that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all coming out. And, you know, I didn't expect to have George singing with me on the first one, but things happen. I'd like to make a small donation on behalf of my family to the American Cancer Society, and call in because it's really a worthy cause and we could really use your donations. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks. He's got a pretty lucky family, I must say. Our next act is a group of very talented young ladies that I am fortunate enough to know and also to have performed with. They're a group of girls who performed with me and Annie in the 76 House production, and they're here today to perform a number from that show, Hard Knock Life, because they just wanted to say, if you think you have troubles, we have people here today, these young girls from the kids at the orphanage, who are sure to bring a smile to everyone.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Dedicated, we get shrinks. Anything says we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. Got no folks to speak.
you want to talk into here? Whoever has it. I don't think that one's on. You can try this one.
I'd like to make a donation to the American Cancer Society in memory of Carolyn Perotti.
Thanks, Laura.
I like to make this donation for my memory of my Uncle Jimmy.
Thanks, Kelly Lynn.
This is in memory of my Pop Bergen, who died of cancer.
Thanks, Candace. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. Give them another big round of applause. There's so many wonderful people here today, not only sharing their talents, but sharing their hard-earned money, and we ask you out there to do the same, and please call in. Our next act is Shirley Brennan from Cape May, New Jersey. This is Shirley's 4th year in the Telethon, and she has sung in the Performing Arts Center talent show. She's a 6-year cancer survivor and would like to thank all the medical professionals and family members who supported her during her recovery. Today she'll be singing Get Here in memory of her grandparents Hazel and Clarence Nichols, who passed away in January, and Larry Hinker, a dear friend who died from cancer. Shirley Brennan.
You can reach me by railway. You can reach me by trailway. You can reach me on an airplane. You can reach me with your mind. You can reach me by caravan. Cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. You can reach me by sailboat, climb a tree and swing rope to rope, take a sled and slide down the slope into these arms of mine. You can jump on a speedy coat, cross the border in a blaze of hope. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. If I had my way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. There are hills and mountains between us, always something to get over. If I had my way, surely you would be closer. I need you closer. You can windsurf into my life. Take me up on a carpet ride. You can make it in a big balloon, but you better make it soon. You can reach me by caravan, cross the desert like an Arab man. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. I don't care. I need you right here, right now. I need you right here, right now, donation from me and from my mother, Anna Brennan. And I would just like to tell you like a quick little story. The song that I dedicated the man to, Larry Hinker, before I came and sang today, I went to his funeral. So I'm just asking everybody out there to give, and hopefully we can find a cure maybe for what happened to him. And I want to just thank everybody that's always helped me out. Thanks.
There are lots of people hoping that you can get there if you can with your donations. Please, they're waiting for a cure, they're hoping for a cure, they're praying for a cure. So please call in as soon as you can with your donations. It's greatly appreciated. So back to you at the studios in Linwood.
Thank you very much. We've got more talent that's coming your way a little bit later on. I'm Jeff Whitaker along with Robin Stoloff, and we're live here in Linwood at the 20th annual Cape May County Unit of the American Cancer Society Telethon. Yeah. Well, we haven't been here for 20 years, but we've been here for, I guess it's been 10 years, 10, 11 years, yes.
Half the time.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Let's see how many people have helped so far, and we will show that through the tote board that we have, a representation of how much money has been donated so far here to the telethon. $16,625 so far, but we have a long way, an awfully long way to go. So we need you to phone in your pledges right now. It's an 800 number, so it's not going to cost you anything. 1-800-435-7317. You know, a lot of times, Robin, folks send in money or they phone in the pledge, but then they forget later on to follow up with mailing in. So we want to put the address on the screen so you can mail your check and show you where to contact us as far as the money that you've donated goes. So if we can show that address on the screen and tell you how you can mail your donation. There it is. Send your pledges to the American Cancer Society. It's the Cape May County chapter. Now, the office is located in Seaville. It's 2030 South Shore Road in Seaville, 08230. Write that down. We'll show it to you a little bit later on, or you can also look it up in the phone book as well. But it's important that you follow up and send the pledges in, because it doesn't mean anything if we announce the pledges on here and then the people never send the money in.
That's right, and we'd like to announce that we're here with many of the doctors of Burdett Tomlin Memorial Hospital here, donating their time, waiting for you to call. The phones are very quiet right now. We need to get them ringing. Put these doctors to work. There's a couple on the phones right now, so that's good to see. That number is 1-800-435-7317 or locally 601-0615. And you know, Jeff, this is something that I picked up. The American Cancer Society gives us some information every year so that we'll be able to share some of the facts and figures with the folks out there. And this is something that was in their information. I think it's really useful. I got one of these a few years ago and put it in my shower. What it is about doing, you put it right in your shower, it hooks on your shower head. You get these free of charge from the Cancer Society. This is for women to do a breast self-exam, for men to do a testicular self-exam, and young boys, actually males 15 to 35, testicular cancer is the most common type of cancer. So it's really important, parents, you need to educate your sons and your daughters about both these types of tests. And again, you can get this just by contacting your local American Cancer Society, and they will send you this free of charge. It's a really handy thing, and it makes you remember.
And that's a tangible example right now of where your
the dollars go. It's very important.
To make up pamphlets like that.
And those kinds of early detection, when someone finds something like that, they get to the doctor, they get help immediately, and that's how you kind of head it off at the pass, so to speak. You avoid problems. You can get to the doctor and take care of your cancer at an early stage.
Let's get those telephones ringing, because we do have at least 4 phones that are still not being used right now. So make sure you pick up the phone and dial now. Mario Julian of Summers Point, in memory of deceased family members, $25. Thank you very much for your pledge. Dan and Marianne Farrell of Summers Point, thank you very much for your donation. And the Cape May Whale Watch and Research Center in Cape May, in memory of Fraser and Laverne Robbins, $50 donation.
Are we getting this doctor's handwriting in?
No. This is pre-doctor.
Pre-doctor.
I'm waiting for the doctors to come along.
Okay, we have John Donnelly of Ocean City in honor of Murr Donnelly, George Carrison of Cape May Courthouse, Dorothy Byler in memory of Eleanor Bell, who is her mother, Zamada Greg Gayson, oh please, I'm sorry, a member of herself, she's a cancer patient, Lauren Salation and Adrian Mills, and Alex Rich.
I think that's Salison.
Allison? Okay.
No, it's Salison, Lauren.
Salison, I'm sorry, and Alex Rich. And Can you guess there?
Vicky Quinto.
Vicky Quinto. Brigantine. Nice to see someone from Brigantine. And Susan and Linda Doherty of Ocean View. That was a nice, easy one. Nice,
Yes.
clean handwriting.
I'm all out of donations. I don't have any. Do you have?
Here, let me give you some. I'll share
Okay,
with you.
because but that was also a hint to you to phone in because this is all we
Jeff
have.
needs some more. That's right. This is it.
Maggie Puffy.
Wow. Wuffy.
Well, it looks like from Philadelphia. Thank you very much
Wow,
for your
from Philadelphia. That's great.
Bob Hare from Evergreen. Colleen